stage your ASB president, Andrea Kaiser.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to everybody in the room, and welcome. As your Associated Student Body President, I hereby call the nomination convention serial, What Do You Bring to the Table, to order on Monday, February 24th, 2020 at 9 a.m. According to the Associated Student Body Constitution, the duties of your ASB Vice President include the planning, execution, and supervision of all campus elections. I am now proud to call to the stage and present to you your Associated Student Body Vice President, Mr. Isaiah Haney.
Thank you, Andrea. Now will everyone please stand and help me in welcoming Miss Iris Zetlow to the stage for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Thank you, Iris. Next, please help me welcome Vista Murrieta High School Principal, Mr. Wager, for his introductory message.
Good morning. I guess I shouldn't stand in the back of the room when I'm being introduced. So, hello everybody. Welcome to NomCon 2020. This is awesome. Very exciting day, exciting morning. Thanks for being here. Looks like you already have a lot of sugar at your table, so that's good. And, energy. Anyway, I just want to commend everyone for being here, from the delegates who volunteered to be here and accepted to be here, and the responsibility of that. Thank you for being here. Especially to those of you who put your name out there to be on the ballot to run today. It's a really big deal. It takes a lot of courage to do so. You're really kind of opening yourself up for criticism, and maybe the votes don't go your way. But I want to tell you that those who don't win today and get their name on the ballot, you have gained experience. Not all good experiences come from winning. A lot of good experiences come from not winning. And you learn from what you did, what you could do better, and all that kind of thing. So I just want to commend you all for being here. And I want you to make sure to give those a pat on the back who tried today, who didn't succeed. For those of you who do succeed, congratulations early. Look forward to seeing you on the ballot, and let's just have a nice, clean election. Support each other, and let's keep everything positive, because that's what this is all about. All right. So have a fantastic morning. Sometimes there are surprises. I'm looking forward to hearing those too, and I'm looking forward to hearing all your speeches as well. So have a great morning. Have a great week. Don't forget to vote for America's greatest, most spirited high school. You're right here. You can get out your phone and vote right now, right? And so that's it. Have an awesome day, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Wager. Now, before we get started, will everyone direct your attention to the pamphlets placed in front of you. Please open your pamphlet to the middle page and follow along as I read the delegate protocol aloud. Delegate protocol. Only delegates are permitted on the convention floor. Delegates must wear the credentials with ribbon at all times. The credentials will be used as you pass back to class once today's proceedings have ended. When roll call voting, the head delegate is the only delegate permitted to address the chairman. Delegates are not permitted to leave the table without permission of the convention chairman. When roll call voting, the head delegate of your table will tally the votes and report them to the chairman when called to do so. When nominating a candidate off the floor for a class office, only juniors may nominate other juniors, sophomores may nominate other sophomores, and freshmen may nominate other freshmen. This rule does not apply to ASB elected officers, as those offices are open to all. All comments from the delegation should be positive in manner and professional in speech. If a delegate breaks any of these rules, they will first be warned. Continuation of breaking these rules will result in the delegate being removed from the convention by security. Listen carefully to the candidates because they may be representing you next. Please be respectful and always do things with class, the Bronco way. Are there any questions about protocol? Okay. Now we look to the right of the pamphlet where the parliamentary procedure is listed. Let's go over these items quickly. To make a motion is a parliamentary proposal to put the decision-making process into action. When calling for a motion, state the following. Mr. Chairman, I, insert your name, representing the table of your table and the class of your class, move that blank be nominated for the name of office. How to second a motion. Seconding a motion is defined as one agreeing to putting the procedure into action. Second a motion, you should state the following. I, your name, representing the table, second that motion. You will need a microphone to either make a motion or second a motion. Please raise your hand and someone will bring one when appropriate. Are there any questions about parliamentary? And now let's turn our attention to roll call voting. When there are more than 2 candidates present, we will poll the delegates to place the top 2 names on the ballot. There will be a short caucus to poll the delegates at each table. The head delegate will then report to a position dedicated for verbal reporting to report their table's roll call vote. While roll call is taking place, the head delegate of each table will say, Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing their table cast their votes in the following manner. The head delegate will then report out the number of votes for each candidate constitute a roll call. This procedure will continue until all head delegates have reported their roll call. At the end of roll call for each position, the top 2 candidates for that position will be placed on the ballot. The only exception is if a third candidate is within 5 or fewer votes of the candidate with the highest number of votes. For example, if candidate A has 15 votes, candidate B has 13 votes, and candidate C has 10 votes, all 3 candidates will be included on the ballot. However, if candidate A has 15 votes, candidate B has 14 votes, candidate C has 9 votes, then candidate C will not be placed on the ballot. Are there any questions on that? Please remember to speak slowly and clearly so that our ASB and Senate secretaries are able to document these proceedings in official minutes of this year's nominating convention. The numbers will be displayed on screen for your head delegates verification and for the video record as they're coming in. If you notice any irregularities, please report these irregularities immediately to your head table delegate. We'll then notify myself or the nominating convention. Okay. Please go. Okay, if possible, please turn your pamphlets to the back left page directly behind the parliament. On this page, you should take notes of each table name. Each table has been named after a cereal. Will the head delegates at each table please take a moment to mark their attendance sheets and state the number of delegates present for the official record? Roll call is as follows. 1, Frosted Flakes. 2, Cocoa Pebbles. 3, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. 4, Kick. 5, Pops. 6, Golden Crisp. 7, Frosted Mini Wheats. 8, Corn Flakes. 9, Wheaties. 10, Raisin Bran. 11, Life. 12, Crave. 13, Trix. 14, Honeycomb. 15, Honey Bunches of Oats. 16, Cookie Crisp. 17, Crunch Berry. 18, Oreos. 19, Reese's Puffs. Sergeant of Arms, please report the number of candidates present and eligible to vote in our today. As each head delegate will collect and report the number of votes from their respective tables, the ASB Sergeant of Arms, RJ Cardenas, will collect and report the votes from the candidates during our day. After the candidates for class, presidential positions, and ASB officer positions complete their individual speeches, each one will be asked one question at random by the current holder of that position. For example, our current ASB President, Andrea Kaiser, will ask a randomized question to a nominee for the office of ASB President. This line of questioning excludes those that run off the floor. Are there any questions? Lastly, I will now read an excerpt from the ASB Constitution to clarify any. Article 5, Section 2, Eligibility of Officers. The requirements for eligibility for officers of the Associated Student Body Cabinet are as follows. Members will have a 2.5 or above grade point average. Members must be a member of the ASB leadership class. Members should not have any outstanding bills owed to MHS, and members must not have a suspension prior to the election. These eligibility requirements may be waived after an interview with the acting director and a team of faculty and students currently sitting on the Senate Cabinet. Section 7, Nominations of Officers. After going through the petition process, and there are 2 or less candidates on the ballot, who will be placed on the official ballot. In the course of events where there are 3 or more candidates to be officially placed on the official elected ballot will be decided at the nominating convention. Every candidate who appropriately fills out the forms must go to the nominating convention. If one fails to attend today's nominating convention, that individual will be taken off the ballot, forfeiting their chance of winning their respected election. If there is 1 or less candidates for a position, a person of the appropriate class may be nominated off the floor at the nomination convention. Nomination delegates can nominate up to 6 delegates off the floor for one position. Once a person accepts nomination, that individual must present a speech for the delegates. After all candidates have concluded their speech, delegates will vote for their desired candidate for that office. The single individual with the most votes will be put on the ballot. In the course of events where there are 3 or more candidates, the nomination convention delegates will vote for their desired candidate. 2 individuals with the most votes will be put on the ballot in a runoff. Are there any questions before we officially begin nominating officers? Questions? Let's begin with nomination convention 20. What do you bring to the table? Our first position is class of 2020 secretary and treasurer. There's 1 candidate running for this position, so once their speech is heard, we'll be opening the floor to nomination. If there are no nominations off the floor, a motion to close the floor will be heard. Ms. Fatima Sadat will now commence in giving her speech. Candidate Sadat, please make your way up to the podium.
Hello and good morning. My name is Fatima Sadat. I am running to be your sophomore class treasurer and secretary for the 2020-2021 school year. I have chosen to run for this position because I find that I am trustworthy, I care about attention to detail, I am very passionate about finding new and innovative ways to find money in lower places that we could use to help our school. I would like to be elected to office to have solid communication not only with the students that are in the leadership program, but the students that are also just students at the school. I feel like the lack of communication with certain things we have at our school, and I strive to fix that. Some students on the campus might feel confused on how we are spending money to benefit us if they do not see an automatic result. So more communication and transparency could benefit the school and the leadership program. If students know more on what is happening around the school, we're going to have a higher chance of participation with fundraisers and other activities if they know why they are fundraising. Because if they feel like they are a part of it, they're going to want to be a part of it. If I am elected, an idea that I would like to put in action is when we are going through meetings, I will take side notes on the cost and approval. So if something has a dramatic shift in why we're paying so much more, I will figure out why we are having that issue and if it's something that we could change. In closing, I care about the school and our financial situation. Make sure to vote for the most spirited high school, and I will do my best to get the best details and benefits for our school and make sure that all the students are involved and intrigued with the leadership program and what they have to offer for the school. Thank you, and vote for me for secretary.
Thank you, candidate Sadat. We will now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations?
Chairman Hensley, representing the table Wheaties in the class of 2020, move that Maddie Turner be nominated for class of 2023 secretary.
Maddie Turner, may you raise your hand. Oh. Can we get a second for this motion?
Lizette Leone representing.
Mrs. Turner, do you accept?
I accept.
Do we have any other nominations for this position? Okay, no other nominations? May you come up?
Hi everyone, I'm Madison Turner, and thank you for considering me for your class of 2023 secretary. As your secretary, I will make a difference by staying organized. Being a secretary is super important because you're in charge of the costs that you spend and fundraising and everything. And depending on if the cost is too expensive, I'll pay attention to that as your secretary. As your secretary, I'll also be inclusive. I'll include everybody's ideas in everything and try to incorporate it as much as I can in the program. I have been in leadership since the 7th grade in ASB, and I enjoy being a leader and being a role model. As your secretary, I will be a role model for the class of 2023, along with helping out others when they need it. Thank you.
The two candidates for class of 2023 secretary are Madison Turner and Mrs. Dot. May you guys help me in congratulating them? Do I have a motion to close the floor? Yeah. You could just. Is there a second?
Hallie Jess.
All in favor? All opposed? Next position is a class of 20. vice president. There are 2 candidates running for this position, so after both candidates have given their speech, there will be no roll call vote. The candidates are Mrs. Jordan Bosna and Mrs. Ava Dittmar. First up is Jordan Bosna. Candidate Bosna, please make your way up to the podium.
Good morning. My name is Jordan Bosna, and I'm running for Vice President of the class of 2023. As Vice President, I want to help make the next school year fantastic. My goal is to place actions that will affect the rest of our high school career in a positive way. I am prepared to support and value the decisions that our president will make. I have been in leadership programs since the 5th grade. I can apply any positive aspects that I've learned and taken in the past years to give our class an amazing year. Here are 4 reasons you should vote me, the class of 2023 Vice President. I am passionate about the program and put my all into everything I do. My organizational skills can help when it comes to fundraising. I can use this skill to organize fundraisers with companies and keep track of dates and times. Number 3, I want to help the class of 2023 leave this campus feeling impacted by their experiences in high school. And number 4, this is more than just an extracurricular on my college application. It is truly what I love to do. Using my love for this program can help me to meet my goal and make not just this upcoming year great, but those to follow. So please vote me, Jordan Bosna, for Vice President to make this year great.
Thank you, Candidate Bosna. Next, we have Ava Dittmar. Candidate Dittmar, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi. My favorite athlete, the late Kobe Bryant, once said, "I felt like I could run all day long. It's just a matter of getting those game legs back." And also said, "If you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail." Using his wisdom as my motto, I will not fail my class as the next vice president, and I'm ready to continue running for you all school year long. Hi, I'm Ava Dittmar, and I am currently running as a freshman vice president, and I'm running as our sophomore class vice president. My vision is to better improve our school atmosphere and enhance our high school experience by making fun memories at new events. Regardless of who you are, having a good time in school will improve your overall confidence and help you make school and social and emotional connections to others, and you will have the chance to become the best version of yourself. Yes, it sounds like a grand goal, but I can accomplish it by choosing me, Ava Dittmar, for sophomore class vice president. You will benefit my leadership skills and event planning, and you will grow both socially and emotionally as a person. Throughout my first semester of high school, I've already served multiple leadership roles in various activities through band, ASB, my current vice president role, and through the swim team. This year, we have already held multiple successful fundraisers to help support our fun bonding events for our class, and will plan even more events for next year. By voting me, Ava Dittmar, we can make school a fun atmosphere that we want to make part of every day, and we can make positive differences in people's lives, both socially and emotionally. When you vote for me as sophomore class vice president, you will have my 100% focus and skills to organize, lead, listen, support, work, and speak for you. A yes for me, Ava Dittmar, is a yes for appreciating one another and improving our social and emotional growth by experiencing many great events to come. A yes for me, Ava Dittmar, for vice president, is a yes to a better you and Catmus atmosphere for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Candidate Dittmar. The 2 candidates for the position of class of 2023 vice president have been decided. They are Candidate Bosna and Candidate Dittmar. Please join me in congratulating them on their nomination. Next position is a class of 23 president. There is only one candidate running for this position. After the candidate's speech is heard, the candidate will be asked a question. Before we hear from our candidate, the current sophomore class president, Kale Malari, will read the duties of the position. President Malari, please make your way up to the podium.
The duties of the sophomore class president include the following. 1. You must be a member of the class you represent. 2. You are to report on the activities of your class. And 3. You will coordinate fundraisers to prepare for prom of 2021. Thank you and good luck to all the candidates.
Thank you, President Malari. As stated previously, we have only one candidate running for this. Ms. Milan Arafa. Once her speech is heard, we will open the floor to nominations. If there are no nominations off the floor, a motion to close the floor will be heard. Ms. Milan Arafa will now commence in giving her speech. Candidate Arafa, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi guys, I'm Milana Rafa and I'm running for sophomore class president. Leadership is a combination of different efforts. Leadership is being a voice, making decisions, serving your student body. The list can go on and on. Here at Vista, this title comes with responsibility. Knowing these characteristics, I wondered how they applied to me. I wondered how I embodied the candidate for sophomore president. To prove my legitimacy for this position, I decided to use the very word leader. The word leader to me means to lead, to direct others. Here at VMHS, we students are all going in a certain direction. Whether you're on your own path, following someone else's the right way or the wrong way, it is my hope here at VMHS you're able to make your own authentic path. My journey or path here at VMHS started August 14, 2019, my first day of high school. From start to end, I was late to every single one of my classes. I couldn't help it. I was lost. I didn't know where to begin. I began to stray away from the anticipated excitement I had to be at high school and started to near feelings of fear and exhaustion. The feeling of confusion I experienced was not fun at all. It was quite negative. A simple thing like information can change how you view certain places and experiences. Running to me as being part of the outcome of student body well-being is an amazing opportunity. As the sophomore president, being allowed to create a positive environment for student body through the start of prom planning would be, again, an amazing opportunity. I would be more than grateful if I was given the chance to continue serving the student body, being able to share info and ensure that everybody has a clear sense of direction as we set sail into this upcoming 2020-2021 school year. Thank you for listening, and remember, it would be crunchtastic if you voted Milana Rafa for sophomore class president.
Thank you, candidate Arafa. Please stay here on stage as President Malari asks you a question. Actually, I'll be asking the question, but let's just type. What makes you qualified for this?
I believe I'm qualified for this position because, well, I was already freshman class president before, so I know how it works already. So being able to just continue instead of start over the process is a great need when the prom planning process is about to come. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Ross. We'll now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations? And if you make a nomination or a second, please make sure you guys stand up.
Chairman, I move that
Get a second for this motion.
I, Madison Turner, represent Ross and Miniweed's second motion.
You accept? Okay, do you have any other nominations? No nominations? Okay, can I get a motion to close the floor? Oh wait, actually there's another one.
I, Jigar Patel, representing Mr. Chairman. I, Jigar Patel, representing the table.
Can you make sure the mic's on?
All right. Mr. Chairman, I, Jigar Patel. Mr. Chairman, I, Jigar Patel, representing the table of Pops and the class of 2023, move that Cole Walker be nominated for president, class of 2023 president.
Can we get a second for this motion? There you go.
I, Willis Lacey, representing the table of Pops, second that motion.
Mr. Walker, do you accept?
No, I decline this motion.
Okay, looks like we have another nomination over there.
Mr. Chairman, I, Lana Custodio, representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch, move that Peyton Hensley be nominated for president of 2000.
Okay, do we have a second?
I, Alyssa Herrera, representing the table Cornflakes, second that motion.
Accept?
I decline.
And please make sure you guys stand up when the mic is brought. Are there any other nominations?
When calling for the vote, say Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I, Nathan Hernandez, representing the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, nominate for the class of 2023, Jigar Patel.
Do we have a second for this motion? We have a second.
I, Chloe Turley, representing the table of Brave, second that motion.
Mr. Patel, do you accept?
I accept.
Are there any other nominations for class president?
Mr. Chairman, I, Peyton Hensley, representing the table Wheaties in the class of 2023, move that Alana Custodio be nominated for class of 2023 president.
Do we have a second for this?
I, Liz Seatag, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, second that motion.
I decline.
Do we have any other nominations? Okay. Can I get a motion to close the floor? Right there.
I am Mikhail Malari, representing the table Cornflakes. Move that the floor be closed.
Can I get a second for that motion?
I, Cameron Finch, representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch, second that motion.
Thank you. And I will be welcoming up the delegate or the candidates to give their speech. First, we'll have Mrs. Cosette Leone.
Hi everyone, I'm Cosette Leone. I want to say thanks to my peers for electing. I realize that there's many responsibilities that I have to take on. I will dedicate myself and work hard to fulfill my duties. I'm very involved with Vista Murrieta. For one, I'm currently enrolled in the ASB program and I am involved in 2 sports on campus. I'm a very social, outgoing, passionate, hardworking. I have an open mindset and I'm always ready to hear other people's thoughts, ideas, and opinions on future events and fundraising. I believe everyone here on campus has a voice and I'm willing to be that listening ear. As for my leadership qualities, I have many. I've been in ASB for 4 years now and I was the vice president of Shabela Middle School, so taking on a position like this wouldn't be. I am also currently captain of my soccer team, which requires dedication and always thinking about what's best for our team. I believe class of 2023 could be a team, and I'm willing to be captain. And remember, don't be loco, vote for Coco.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Leone. Now we'll welcome up Mr. Patel for his.
Hi guys, my name is Jigar Patel. Thanks for Nathan putting me up here on the spot. I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna go off the top of my head. I came in freshman year not knowing anything. I had no clue what to do. I was already in ASB since 7th grade, so I had 2 years of experience. I tried out 8th grade year for president, didn't make it, but I learned a lot of things in the 2 years that I've been in ASB, and it's much different from high school. In 8th grade, go hang up posters, take off posters. That was my daily routine, but I come to high school and it's just a whole nother atmosphere. There's a lot to learn from, and there's a lot that I had to grasp onto. I've managed my way through freshman year by observing all of the upperclassmen. They all work so hard. Off the top of my head, I know Mike. He's always at every single event. He's always wanting to help, and he's just overall an awesome leader. And there's many upperclassmen. All of you guys are really cool, and I want to learn a lot from you guys next year. I can't learn anything from the seniors, but anyone else, Jacob. He motivated me to get up here, so I just want to say thank you. I've learned a lot this year, and I feel like now that I'm in this spot, I can use all of the qualities and all the leadership qualities. I can adapt them into my life, and then help us get through next year better than this year, and hopefully better every single year. Thank you.
will now have a short caucus within your table groups. Head delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's vote.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing Honeycomb cast their votes in the following manner. Jigar Patel, 1. Cosette Leone, 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats cast their vote in the following manner. Cosette, 0, Jigger, 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cook Crisp cast their vote in the following manner. Cosette, 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunch Berries cast their vote in the following manner. Cosette, 0, Chigger, 7.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Oreos cast their votes. Cosette, 0, Jigger, 8. Mr. Chairman, the delegate representing the table Reese's Puff cast their votes in the following manner. Cosette, 2, Jigger, 5.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their votes in the following manner. Cassette, 2, Jigger, 16, abstain, 1.
So now, the two candidates for class of 2023 president are Milan Arafa and Jigar Patel. There we go.
At this time, I would like to ask for us to take a 10-minute recess. Do I have a motion to get a recess for 10 minutes? Please raise your hand if you would like to make a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I, Giovanni Del Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, motion to close the floor to recess. Sorry.
Can I get a second?
I, Greg Goldman, representing the table Kicks, second that motion.
All in favor? Any opposed? The motion is now moved. We will now take a 10-minute recess. Please all be back in your seat at 9:58 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, please begin to find your seats. We will continue in just about 2 more minutes.
At this time, please begin to head back to your seats. Thank you. I now call the order of the 2020 Nomination Convention back to order at 9:58 a.m. Please remain and head back to your seats.
Our next position is the class of 2022 secretary/treasurer. We only have one candidate running for this position, so once their speech is heard, we'll open the floor to nominations. If there are no nominations off the floor, a motion to close the floor will be heard. Ms. Tiffany Lee will now commence in giving her speech. Candidate Lee, please make your way up to the podium.
Good morning, Broncos. My name is Tiffany Lee, and I am running to be re-elected as junior class secretary. I am a person that you can rely on whenever you need help or advice. I now have a year of experience being class of 2022 secretary, and it's taught me quite a lot. I now have a better understanding of how the class functions as a whole, and being secretary has allowed me to become involved more than I was before. Once again, I plan to work closely with the presidents of the junior class so that they can run the class smoothly. We all have responsibilities outside of leadership, and sometimes communication gets forgotten amongst the chaos. Because of that, I promise to always communicate with the presidents of the class and the students of the class of 2022 before plans are made. If given the role, I will fulfill my duties as secretary to the best of my ability and always with honesty and integrity. Be sure to vote Tiffany Lee for secretary of class of 2022. Thank you, and have a great day, Broncos.
Thank you, candidate Lee. We will now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Riley Burklight, representing the table Crave in the class of 2022, move that Therese Lagrimas be nominated for sophomore class secretary.
Can we get a second for this motion?
I, Madeline Johnson, representing the table Pop, second that motion.
I, Connor Hyde, represent.
Oh wait, no, we need. Can we get, do you accept?
I accept.
We have another nomination over there.
Mr. Chairman, I, Ty Clanton, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles and the class of 2022, move that Connor Hyde be nominated for sophomore class secretary.
Do we have a second for this motion? Right here.
I, Hunter Lindemeyer, representing the table Cookie Crisp, second that motion.
Connor Hyde, do you accept nomination?
I accept.
Right there.
Mr. Chairman, I, Mikhail Malari, representing the table Cornflakes in the class of 2022, move that Ty Clanton be nominated for class of 2022 secretary.
Do we have a second for this?
I, Grant Herrick, representing the table Raisin Bran, second that motion.
All right, Clanton, do you accept the nomination?
I accept.
There you go. Hi, Clanton, please make your way. Okay, any other nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Taylor Tomlinson, representing the table Oreo O's in the class of 2022, move that Nyla Jones be nominated for sophomore class secretary.
Do you have a second for this motion?
I, Anaya Boateng, representing the table Crave, second that motion.
Do you accept this nomination?
No, thank you. I decline.
Mr. Chairman, I, Genevieve Estrada, representing the table Kicks, move that Carrie Ann Rosser be nominated for class of.
Do we have a second for this motion?
I, Brooke Nelson, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, second that motion.
I accept.
There you go.
Mr. Chairman, I, Kendra Nathan, representing Honey Bunches of Oats and the class of 2022, move that Carly Murray be nominated for class secretary.
Do we have a second for this motion?
I, Hannah Martin, representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats, second that motion.
Harley Murray, do you accept?
I decline.
I, Andrea Nunez, representing the table Tricks in the class of 2022, nominate Emma Blaylock for class of 2022 secretary.
Do we have a second for this motion?
I, Kennedy Bell, representing the table Cookie Crisp, secretary.
Do you accept?
I'm gonna decline, but vote for Tiffany Lee.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Samir Ruiz, representing the table Honeycomb in the class of 2022, move that Peyton Beatty be nominated.
Do we have a second?
I, Kaylin Houchins, representing the table Honeycomb, second that motion. I accept.
Okay, we can only take one more.
Oh.
So do we have any more? Right.
Who are you pointing to?
Have your hand raised, or?
I, Lauren Harris, table Oreos, ask that Hannah Martin be nominated.
Do we have a second for this motion?
I, Carly Murray, representing the table Pops, second that motion.
Anna Martin, do you accept?
I accept.
Okay, that was our final nomination. Now that we have 6, so now, oh yeah. So do we have? Yeah. Do we have a motion to close the floor?
I, Cameron Finch, from the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a motion that the floor be closed.
I, Eli Navarez, representing the table Oreos, second that motion.
Thank you, guys. So now we'll welcome up potential candidates.
Hey guys, my name is Teresa Grimas, and thank you for those who nominated me for Class of 2022 Secretary. So with this position being involved in like business and economic deals and also communication, and me being in programs that concentrate on those aspects, those would make me a really good candidate for this position because I know the inside and outs for all of that. And if I can use those skills to make sure that everyone in this class, no matter what program, can get integrated into the school, that is how they will see that they have a voice and accept their responsibility to become a better person that will make this community shine. So vote for me, Teresa Grimas.
Now we'll welcome up Connor Hyde.
Hey guys, so coming today, I did not expect, so I did not prepare a speech, but I'm very qualified to be the secretary because I'm into sports, I'm in Senate, I've been in Senate for 2 years, I live a pretty organized life, so yeah, vote for me.
Thank you, Connor Hyde. Now we'll welcome up Ty Clanton.
Make Vista Murrieta great again.
Thank you for that speech, Ty. Now we'll welcome up Carrie Ann Rosser.
Hi Broncos, I'm Carrie Ann Rosser. Thank you guys for nominating me to be the 2022 Secretary. I've been involved in Senate for the last 2 years and I know exactly what our program needs to thrive. I'm also involved in CSF, NHS, as well as swim, and I'm very organized and would be able to handle these tasks in a good manner. I hope you guys vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie Ann Rosser. Now we'll welcome up
Hi, thank you for nominating me. I would just like to say that for running for class secretary, I am organized. I would make sure to hear what my classmates have to say about what they want to do through the year. And with our activities, I do have the experience. I have been in leadership since 6th grade and middle school. I am involved here on campus with BNN and film, and thank you. Vote for me.
Thank you, Peyton, for that speech. Now help me in welcoming up Martin for her.
Morning, Broncos. My name is Hannah. Just like to say thanks to the homies out there. For being in ASB and lacrosse, I've learned a lot about leadership, especially watching the upper class. Shout out NGB. Thank you again. Please vote for me if you want. Great rest of your day.
Thank you, candidates, for those wonderful speeches. We'll now have a short caucus within your table groups. Head delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's votes. Delegates, please make your way to where you'll report out your table's votes.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Flakes cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 2, Connor 0, Ty 1, Carrie Ann 5, Peyton 0, Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cocoa Pebbles cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 4, Carrie Ann 3, Peyton 0, Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch cast their votes in the following manner. Hannah 0, Therese 0, Connor 1, Ty 2, Carrie Ann 5, Peyton 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cakes cast their votes in the following manner. Peyton 0, Connor 0, Carrie Ann 3, Ty 2, Hannah 1, Therese 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Pops cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 2, Connor 0, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 3, Peyton 0, Hannah 3.
Chairman, delegates representing the table Golden Crisp cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 1, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 5, Peyton, and Hannah.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 1, Carrie Ann 3, Peyton 1, Hannah 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cornflakes cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 3, Peyton 3, and Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Wheaties cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 7, Peyton 0, Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Raisin Bran have cast their Connor 0, Ty 0, Reese 2, Carrie Ann 4, Hannah 1, and Peyton 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table life after votes. Therese 5, Connor 0, Ty 1, Peyton 0, Carrie Ann 1, Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the Therese 1, Connor 0, Ty, Carrie Ann 2, Peyton 0, and Hannah.
Chairman, delegates representing the district cast their Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty, Carrie Ann, Peyton 0.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table cast their votes in the following manner. Hannah, 0. Peyton, 0. Connor, 0. Ty, 1. Carrie Ann.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table, honey bunches of votes cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 0, Peyton 0, Hannah 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing Cookie Crisp cast their vote in the following manner. Therese 1, Connor 0, Ty, Carrie Ann 6, Peyton 0, Hannah 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunchberries cast their votes in the following manner. Therese 2, Connor 0, Ty 0, Carrie Ann 1, Peyton 0, and Hannah 4.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing Therese 0, Connor 0, Ty 1, Carrie Ann, Peyton 0, Hannah. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Therese 7, Ty 0, 0, Connor 0.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their vote in the following manner. Therese 2, Connor 1, Ty 4, Carrie Ann 6, Peyton 0, and Hannah 6.
Okay. Thank you to all the candidates who came up and gave a speech, but it looks like Carrie Ann Rosser is the candidate alongside. Okay. Thank you to all the candidates. So the two candidates for Class 2022 Secretary are Tiffany Lee and Carrie Ann Rosser. Our next position is for the Class of 2022 Vice President. There are two candidates running for this position, so we will hear both speeches, and there will be no roll call. The candidates are Ms. Hannah Garcia and Ms. Alyssa Weaver. First up is Hannah Garcia. Candidate Garcia, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Hannah Garcia, and I'm running for Junior Class Vice President. As VP, I vow to be your voice with the school administration and work to make this the best year at Vista Murrieta. It has always been a dream of mine to be an influencer and someone who people can look up to. Being a leader to me means pushing people to their greatest potential, being a role model, and always wanting to help others. I will introduce new ideas for events such as our prom, fundraisers, bonding events, and various activities that will be encountered throughout the year. I'm ready to dedicate my time to the class of 2022 and enrich our junior year. I believe I have something special to contribute to our school, and I plan on showing everyone that. I also believe I have the qualities of a vice president and have the need to connect with all of you on a personal level to get each one of your opinions to make things easier. I'm looking forward to spending my junior year as your VP and with my partner, Kiana Bush, for president. Also, one last thing. My zodiac sign says I'm a natural-born leader, so remember to vote Hannah Garcia. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Garcia. Next, we have Alyssa Weaver. Candidate Weaver, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi, I'm Melissa Weaver, and I'm running for your junior class vice president. So first, I'd like to start by saying I'm currently in ASB, and I'm an officer in JROTC. I've been in about 7 different leadership classes since 6th grade, and I feel like that's really helped me to understand others and gain various perspectives. I've had the great opportunity to plan a cadet feast in JROTC, and I was given the honor of being a decorations committee head for our annual military ball. And last year, I won the class award, which is given at our leadership banquet and chosen by our class advisors. Not only was I given those amazing opportunities, but I had an idea to have Red Ribbon Week at Vista. This is an event that you may have seen about 2 weeks ago, and I spoke about my passion for it in JROTC. They gave me the opportunity to plan it and make it happen, and I'm extremely appreciative of JROTC for being the first group of people to support me in my passion for Red Ribbon Week. Based on what I know, this makes us the only high school in our entire district, as well as neighboring districts, to hold a Red Ribbon Week. And I decided to involve various leadership programs on our campus to promote unity and diversity. This is something I'm extremely proud of because it's something near and dear to my heart. I'm passionate about living your best life that's impacted by your actions. It was a journey to plan this, and I'm so thankful for all the people who supported me and got involved. Nothing was ever perfect, but I'm used to adversity. When I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with leukemia, which is a type of cancer, and that has played a role in my resilient and determined attitude. And this is why I personally have so much passion for Red Ribbon Week and leadership in general, and why I feel the need to voice this to my peers. I want to be able to leave with a positive impact, and I feel that it would be an honor to be a support to the future junior class president. I'm a firm believer of titles not defining a person, and it doesn't make a person any more or less. It's their passion and integrity that make them who they are. In fact, in ASB, I don't have a specific commission, but I do take initiative, and that's not the most talked about quality. I don't feel like a title says much about me. But to me, the task of being VP would be a huge honor, and I want to be able to give my peers the voice they so rightfully deserve. For the longest time, I knew what it felt like to not be given a voice. But thanks to Red Ribbon Week, I found my voice and realized that you don't need someone to tell you what to do if you're passionate about something. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Weaver. The 2 candidates for the position of Class of 2023 Vice President have been decided. They're candidate Garcia and candidate Weaver. Please join me in congratulating them on their nomination. The next position is the Class of 2022 President. There are 2 candidates running for this position, so we'll hear both speeches and there will be no roll call. Each candidate will be asked a question following their individual speeches. Before we hear from our candidates, the current junior class president, Katie Meeks, will read the duties of the position. President Meeks, please make your way up to the podium.
The duties of the junior class president include the following. You must be a member of the class you represent. You must report on the activities of your class, and you must be a chairman of the 2021 prom along with the junior class vice president. Thank you and good luck to all the candidates.
Thank you, President Meeks. As stated previously, we have 2 candidates running for this position. The candidates are Ms. Kiana Bush and Ms. Kira Takashima. First up is Kiana Bush. Candidate Bush, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi, my name is Kiana Bush, and I'm running for your junior class president. Ever since I've started middle school, I've wanted to be a part of leadership, working on projects and collaborating with other students to make a difference on our campus. Each new day, I want to keep growing and getting better. This is part of why I'm running. This next year is a crucial year for us. As president, I will strive to never leave anyone behind, get things done, and open myself to other people's opinions. To me, it is important to say what needs to get done, but most of the time, the actions are not followed through. My goal is to not just say it, but do it. During our junior year, I plan to stay organized, lead planning events, come up with exciting new fundraisers, and try to accommodate for all. I want every student connected with the school and events that we put on behind closed doors. Many other people are in several sports, clubs, and multiple hard classes, and tend not to keep up with all tasks and are overworked. I'm of course in other activities around campus, but I manage to keep my life well balanced with well-maintained grades. Let me show you my hard work, love, and dedication. This presidency has my full focus and commitment. We only have one junior year. Let's do it right. Vote Kiana Bush for your junior class.
Thank you, candidate Bush. Please await off stage until after the next candidate finishes speech. Next, we have Kira Takashima. Candidate Takashima, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi everyone, my name is Kira Takashima and I'm running for the office of president for the junior class. So you may be wondering, why should I vote for Kira? Well, it's simple. I have goals and a plan to help my class thrive. One of the most important roles for the junior class is planning the prom. And the most important thing when planning a huge event like that is a very solid team of planners. In this case, that team would be the class of 2020. I've observed during class meetings that Senate and ASB have many differences, and I believe as leadership programs, we should use that to our advantage to help us work together even more. And being in Senate now will help me better understand the two programs and bridge the two together. I'm a huge believer in teamwork, and I believe that if we embrace our differences, we can make a huge impact. Speaking of impact, I'm sure you will all agree that you do not want to graduate unnoticed. I personally would like to be remembered by the future classes in a positive and memorable light, and we can do this by giving back to our school and the people who help us make our. Before I close, I'd like to tell you a little about me. I'm the head of Senate's Design and Decor, where I'm constantly communicating with my team, and I make sure I follow through with my plans so I don't let my team down. And I'll continue to do so when elected president. Along with Senate, I'm involved in junior ROTC, where I'm on the unarmed drill team, along with Ohana teams both inside and outside of school, and I've been going to Japanese school every Saturdays for the last 9 years, all while maintaining my grades with AP and advanced classes. This shows I have great commitment, dedication, and proficient at time management, as well as being very adaptable with various people and situations. I'm happy to say that after 9 years, I'm graduating from my Japanese school next month, giving me optimal time to focus on my class. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you consider me as your candidate for junior class president. Thank you, and vote Kira.
Thank you, candidate Takashima. Please await off stage while we welcome back candidate Bush, who will receive a question from me. Candidate Bush, what are some new ideas you want to implement on campus or within your class?
Well, some things that I'd like to do in our class is actually be able to put things into actions like fundraisers and being able to raise. I want to bond with each other and not fight with each other, and plan an amazing prom and get things organized, stay organized, and actually do the things that need to be done.
Thank you, candidate Bush. Please exit the stage while we welcome back candidate Takashima, who will receive a question from you as well. Candidate Takashima, what experiences or characteristics do you have that make you qualified for this position?
So I'm the head of design and decor for Senate right now, and that requires me to plan poster making dates and make sure we have all the materials, and sometimes it's hard to get everyone at one place at the same time. And also I'm in junior ROTC, which has helped me, I guess, have integrity, discipline, and be an overall great person and to work hard. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Takashima. The two candidates for this position of Class of 2020 President have been decided. They're candidate Bush, candidate Takashima. Please join me in congratulating them on their nominations.
At this time, I would like for us to take another 10-minute recess. Can I get a motion to get a 10-minute recess?
I, Jacqueline Yao, representing Table Crave in the class of 2021, make the motion that we have a 10-minute recess.
May I get a second?
I, Brian Bonus, representing the table Reese's Puffs, second that motion.
All in favor? Any opposed? The motion is now moved. We will take a 10-minute recess. Be back in your seats at 10:44 a.m.
test. We will be beginning in just under a minute. Please head back to your seats. I now call back to order the 2020 nomination convention at 10:44 a.m. Please remain and head back to your seats at this time. Final call, please head back to your seats. And just a friendly reminder, everyone make sure that you vote for America's most spirited high school in the nation today and the rest of the week. Thank you. And now let's please welcome back up Isaiah Haney.
Our next position is for the class of 2021 secretary/treasurer. We only have one candidate running for this position, so once their speech is heard, we'll open the floor to nomination. If there are no nominations off the floor, a motion to close the floor will be heard. Miss Riley Wold will now commence giving her speech. Candidate Wold, please make your way up to the podium.
Hey guys, I'm Riley Wold, and I'm running for your senior class secretary. Last year, I was in the exact same position I'm in right now, except for last year, I was unprepared and a little bit terrified. I was nominated off the floor, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I accepted. I was scared that I wasn't good enough to be class secretary. I was afraid that people wouldn't like me because they didn't know me, or they doubted me, but I was mostly just afraid of failing my classmates. But after the election was over, and I'd become your junior secretary, those fears didn't matter. I needed to put any doubts I had aside and give my all, and boy, am I glad I did. This last year has been one of the best of my life. I've met so many amazing people and learned so much about the school and myself. I've learned that being secretary doesn't just mean that you're taking minutes of meeting, but also that you're counted on to know a ton of information about any current project or deadline. I've learned that being secretary means that if I'm at anything class-related, I better be ready to write something down in my notes so that the rest of my class and our advisor will have that information for the future. I've also learned that being secretary means spending a lot of time with our class advisor. And lastly, I've learned that being secretary means that communication between officers and just the student population in general is vital for success. This last year has been a ton of fun, but as many of you guys know, that fun is only possible because of the hours of hard work that goes into each and every event beforehand. The leaders at this school, which is most of you, consistently work tirelessly to ensure that each event that is put on is picture perfect, and it's incredibly inspiring to me. As secretary, I feel it's important for me to always work just as hard, if not harder, than even the hardest working students I know. I know it's my responsibility to assure that everything in my power is taken care of and completed to my best ability. In this last year, I've shown up to every event I was able to, gotten to every class meeting at least 10 minutes early to make sure that my paperwork was prepared. Come into school the last day before break to do account and deposit, and stayed after school till 7 p.m. for about 3 days in a row with two of my fellow leaders to make sure that our junior float was as amazing as possible. Although I had my doubts about myself and this position in the beginning, I've realized that over the past year, I've learned nearly everything I need to know to do this job well, and I've grown to love it. So I assure you that if you vote for me for senior class secretary or treasurer, this position will continue to be my first priority. I will continue to give my all so that you guys, my fellow future seniors, won't have to worry about where our money's going. You won't have to worry about whether your secretary will show up or not, because I assure you that I will always be there, regardless of whatever anyone else is doing. I will always have any paperwork done and turned in on time so that some of our last events as Broncos will go as smooth as possible. I will happily take on any extra work that I need to, or that you need me to make your lives as easy as possible. And if you guys give me the honor of being your secretary for a second year in a row, I guarantee that I will always go the extra mile for you and every one of our peers. Thank you for listening, Broncos. Have a great day.
Thank you, candidate Wold. We will now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I'm Mia Harrell, representing the table and the class of 2021, move that Janae Broussard be nominated.
Do you have a second to that motion?
I, Giovanni Del Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, second that motion.
Broussard, to accept.
I accept.
Mr. Chairman, I, J.C. Rowe, representing the table Oreos and the class of 2021, move that Ella Turnbull be nominated for secretary.
Do you have a second for that motion?
I, Layla, representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats, second that motion.
Do you accept?
I accept.
More nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Nathan Martinez, representing table Cornflakes and the class of 21, move that Mia Harrell be nominated for class.
Do we have a second to that motion?
I, Hallie Jess, representing the table Pops and the class of 2021, second that motion.
Do you accept?
Decline.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Elizabeth Lee, representing the table Golden Crisp and the class of juniors, move that Sharia be nominated for secretary.
Do you have a second to that motion?
I, Jacqueline Yao, in the class, representing the table Crave in the class of 2021, second that motion.
Accept.
I decline.
Do we have any more nominations? No more nominations. Okay. Can I get a motion to close the floor?
I, Mikhail, representing the table Cornflakes, move that we close the floor.
Is there a second?
I, Greg Goldman, representing the table of Kicks, second that motion.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. We'll now be hearing speeches. So, Sarge.
Hi guys, I'm Janae Broussard. Thank you for nominating me, Mia. I didn't prepare anything, but I've been in leadership in middle school, and I'm currently in Link Crew and law enforcement program here and CSF. And I think I'd really enjoy the position, and I do my best at it, and I want to make senior year as solid as possible. So thank you for nominating me.
All right, thank you for that speech. Now we'll welcome up Mrs. Turnbull for her speech.
Go Broncos. Vote for me, Ella T, for your 2021 secretary. Period.
Thank you for that. That was great. No, like literally, that was dope. So we'll now have a short caucus within your table groups. Head delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's votes.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a brief house reminder for the delegates come up to speak in front of a microphone, please make sure you speak loud and clear into the microphone at all times. If the microphone comes around to your table as well, please make sure that you speak loud and clear into the microphone. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table across the seats cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 8, Ella 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Poker Pebbles cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 7, Ella 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 1, Ella 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Kicks cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 1, Ella 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Caucus cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 5, Ella 3.
Chairman. 5, Ella.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 0, Ella 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cornflakes cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 1, Ella T 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Wheaties cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 2, Ella 6.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Raisin Bran have cast Ella.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Life cast their vote in the following manner. Janae 7, Ella 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the votes in the Janae 2, Ella.
Chairman, delegates representing the table Janae 8, Ella.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 7, Ella 0.
Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honey Bunches of Votes cast their vote in the following manner. Janae 2, Ella 4.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Cookie cast their vote in the following manner. Janae 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunch Berries cast their votes in the following manner. Janae 7, Ella 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Oreos cast Janae 6, Ella.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Reese's cast votes Ella 7, Janae 0.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their votes in the following manner. Janae, 4. Ella, 7. Abstain, 8.
Okay. The two candidates for Class of 21 Secretary are Riley Wold and Janae Broussard. Please join me in congratulating them. Okay. The next position is Class of 2021 Vice President. We only have one candidate running for this position, so once his third, we'll open the floor to nominations. If there are no nominations off the floor, a motion to close the floor will be heard. Mr. Mike Ekin will commence in giving his candidate. Ekin, please make your way to the
What's up, Broncos? My name is Mike Ekin, and I'll be running for your senior class vice president. A little about myself. I joined leadership junior year, and sophomore year, I actually helped out with a bunch of leadership stuff. Like, I would go to the class meetings, and I would help out with homecoming floats and stuff, and I started getting more involved, and my friends pushed me to apply for ASB. And I went to NomCon, and I actually got nominated off the floor to run for vice president, but my man Marshall Morey took the gold there, and so this year I'll be running for senior VP, and I guess I didn't really prepare a speech, but my qualifications, I guess I'm really organized, and I like to push people, and I think that if you push someone to be a better version of themselves, I think that people get to push you to be a better version of yourself back, And so, like, in the class ASB, I learned this year that everyone's a family in there, and everyone has to work together, and everyone has to have their own piece of input, and I think that if I push them to have a better input, then they'll push me to have a better input, So, vote for Mike Ekin for your senior VP. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, candidate Ekin. We will now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations?
I, Cameron Finch, representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch and the class of 2021, move that Brian Bonus be nominated for senior class vice president.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Holly Petrucci, representing the table Crunchberry, second that motion.
Do you accept?
I accept.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Grace Ostrin, representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats in the class of 2021, move that Layla Lathrop be nominated for senior class vice president.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, J.C. Rowe, representing the table Oreos, second that motion.
Do you accept?
I accept.
Mr. Chairman, I, Giovanni Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles in the class of 2021, move that Trey McCollum be nominated for VP.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Holly Golay, representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch, second that motion.
Trey, do you accept?
I respectfully decline.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Ella Turnbull, representing the table Reese's Puffs in the class of 2021, move that Gregory Goldman be nominated for class.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Catherine Trung, representing the table of Oreos, second that motion.
Greg Goldman, do you accept?
I politely decline.
Respect. Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Elizabeth Lee, representing the table Golden Crisp in the class of 2021, nominate that Sharia be nominated for Vice President.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Hallie Just, representing the table Pops in the class of 2021, second that motion.
Do you accept?
Fine. Mr. Chairman, I, Jacqueline Yao, representing the table Crave in the class of 2021, move that Ty be nominated for Vice President.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Giovanni Del Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, second that motion.
I decline.
Do we have any more nominations? Nominations? Okay, before we get the speeches started, can we get a motion to close the floor?
I, Cameron Finch, motion to close the floor. Representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Can we get a second for that?
I, Ty Clanton, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles, second that motion.
Thank you. We'll now have the candidates come up to give their speech. So please welcome Bonus for his speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be nominated off the floor for Vice President. This is actually my first time at NomCon. Nothing like the first time, am I right? You know, I've been in leadership my whole life. I was a scout at a very young age, and I worked through the program and became an Eagle Scout. I also, I'm in Link Crew, and that has taught me the importance of leadership and being able to lead freshmen and show them the path of high school. I think that makes me prepared for this position. So I also think that we could use some new blood in the program. And I think that nominating me would be a way to get more new ideas. And our senior year is going to be very unique, especially since we have a chance to win $25,000 if we get nominated for most spirited high school in the nation. We're going to have, we have a chance to have opportunities that no other senior class has had before. And I think we need a proper vice president to be able to take advantage of those opportunities and to lead us in the right direction. So a vote for Brian is a bonus for you. So vote for me for vice president.
Thank you for that speech. We'll now welcome up Mrs. Lothrop for her speech.
Hi guys, I'm Layla. I didn't really prepare a speech or anything, so I'm just up here. I've been in leadership since 7th grade, so yeah, I was also sophomore class president, so I feel like I'm very qualified for this position. I want to make senior year really fun, and I feel like I can do that as senior class vice president. So yeah, vote for me.
We will now have a short caucus within your table groups. Head delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's vote.
Brian 5, Layla 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cocoa Pebbles cast their votes in the following manner. Brian Bonus, 7. Layla Loftrop, 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cinnamon Toast Crunch cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 6, Layla 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Kicks cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 7, Layla 1.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Pop cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 3, Layla 5.
Chairman, delegate Brian 8.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats cast their votes in the following manner. Brian Bonus, 0. Layla Lothrop, 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Corn Flakes cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 7, Layla 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Wheaties cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 6, Layla 2.
Delegates representing Raisin Bran have cast their votes in the 1 and Brian 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Life cast their vote in the following manner. Brian 4, Layla 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crave cast their votes in Brian 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the votes in the following manner. Brian.
When you guys report, you guys just.
Mr. Chairman, delegate cast Brian 5, Layla 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats cast their votes in the following manner. Brian Bonus, 6, Layla Lothrop, 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cookie Crisp cast their vote in the following manner. Brian 5, Layla 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunch Berries cast their vote in the following manner. Brian 7, Layla 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table of Oreos cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 8, Layla 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Reese's Puffs cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 7, Layla 0.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their votes in the following manner. Brian 10, Layla 8, abstain 1.
Go ahead, delegates. The two candidates for class of 2021 vice president are Mike Ekin and Brian Bonus. Please join me in congratulating them. Next position is a class of 2021 president. There is only one candidate running for this position. After the candidate's speech is heard, the candidate will be asked a question. Before we hear from our candidate, the current senior class president, Cassidy Potter, will read the duties of the position. President Potter, please make your way to the podium.
Hi! Okay, so the duties of the senior class president include the following. You must be a member of the class you represent. You are to report on the activities of your class, and you will organize senior activities along with other officers and class advisors. Thank you, and good luck to all the candidates.
Thank you, President Potter. As previously stated, we only have one candidate running. Shannon Daniel. When the speech is heard, we'll open the floor to nomination. There are no nominations off the floor. A motion to close the floor will be heard. Ms. Jenna Daniel will now commence in giving her speech. Candidate Daniel, please make your way to the podium.
Hello, fellow student leaders. I would like to begin by saying thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to participate in the 2020 nomination convention and help create this Bronco culture on campus we all know and love. My name is Jenna Daniel, and I'm running for the position of senior class president for the 2020-2021 school year. My intention to serve as senior class president is not complicated. It is centered on one principle: to plan and provide each senior with an incredible senior experience. There's so much to celebrate in the class of 2021, and it needs to continue throughout the next year. My commitment to Vista Murrieta runs deep. I've been a part of leadership for the past 3 years. Your president-elect should not be left to chance by someone who does not have a planned vision of how to execute the essential functions of this job. Why would we as a class entrust our senior year to chance? My success needs to be measured by each senior's experience. Bronco traditions are not to be taken lightly. They need to be upheld, yet improved on. But your senior experience should not be limited to past practice. We, as a senior class, need to stake claim as the class to remember. Our senior year, one that you can be proud of. I am proud to be standing here today before you as I declare my candidacy for senior class president, and I gratefully ask for your vote so we together can pursue a spectacular senior year. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Daniel. Now time for your question. What values do you find most important in a leader?
A value that I find very important in a leader is their listening skills. This year, I've been blessed to have the commission of Clubs and Funds, where me and Amber, vote her for secretary, have been able to demonstrate our listening skills, where we plan club president meetings every month, and we listen to these club presidents, and they tell us what they think and give us advice on how to improve our class and how to improve their ASP experience and their culture on campus. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Daniel. We'll now be accepting nominations off the floor. Are there any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Hannah Mango, representing the table Honeycomb and the class of 2021, move that Ali Patain be nominated for senior class president.
Do you have a second to that motion?
I, Mia Harrell, representing the table Honeycomb, second that.
I accept.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I, Giovanni Del Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles and the class of 2021, move that Nathan Martinez be nominated for the president of senior year.
Do we have a second for that motion?
I, Ty Therian, representing the table of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, seconds that motion.
Nathan Martinez, do you accept?
I accept.
Mr. Chairman, I, Catherine Trung, representing the table of Oreos and the class of 2021, move that Nathan Yang be nominated for class president.
Do we have a second?
I, Eli Navarez, representing the table Oreos, second that motion.
Do you accept?
Sure. Yeah, I like that.
Do we have any more nominations?
Mr. Chairman, whoa, that's loud. I, Graham Rowland, representing the table Rice Krispies and the class of 2021, nominate Hello, can you guys hear me? Nominate that Ben, Michael, and Tista be nominated for senior class president.
I, Latrell McCollum, representing the table, Weedy, second that motion.
Do you accept?
I respectfully decline.
Mr. Chairman, I, Nathan Yang, representing the table, Kicks, in the class of 2021, move that Elijah Leonard Navarez be nominated for class of 2021 president.
Do we have a second to that motion?
I, JC Rowe, representing the table, Oreos, second that motion.
Yep.
I politely decline.
Do we have any more nominations?
Wait, where is it? Mr. Chairman, I, Janae Broussard, representing the table Frosted Flakes in the graduating class of 2021, move that Cameron Finch be nominated for senior class president.
I, Jackie Adegree, representing the table Frosted Flakes, second that motion.
I respectfully decline.
I respectfully decline.
Mr. Chairman, I, Giovanni Del Torre, representing the table Cocoa Pebbles in the class of 2021, move that Latrell McCollum be nominated for senior class president.
I, Tytherian, representing the table of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, seconds that motion.
Trey, do you accept?
I respectfully decline again.
Do we have any more nominations? Okay, before we get into speeches, can I get a motion to close the floor? Back there.
I, Levi Vela, representing the table Reese's Puffs, motion to close the floor.
Can I get a second?
I, Greg Goldman, representing the table Kicks, second that motion.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. So now we're going to get into speeches. Please help me and welcome Ali.
Hi Broncos, my name is Ali Pertain, and I'm now running for senior class president. I started leadership in 4th grade, and I fell in love with it, and I continued ever since. I think I would make a good senior class president because I'm dedicated and hardworking, and I can plan with my other two fellow officers to plan a great year, and with all of our senior activities ahead of us, make senior year great. And I know senior year is like not too much planning, but the events that we do put on are very memorable, and I want to help make senior year memorable. Thank you. Vote Allie.
Thank you, Ms. Petain, for that. Now help me welcome up Mr. Nathan Martin.
How's it going, everyone?
My name is Nathan Martinez, also known as Nate Marr, and I'm running for the class of president. I first started leadership back in 7th grade, being the only 7th grader in the class at Shavela, and then I became web president the next year as an 8th grader. Life is about taking risks and chances, so I just wanted to include that. I was in Senate at a different high school, and I was the co-head philanthropist, and was in charge of the biggest Operation Santa Claus at the school and its entire existence. The same year, I was the head commissioner of Kindness Week, where my group and I spread positivity for the school. We added the feedback that we got from the school was that it was the best Kindness Week that it's ever had. I want to be class of 21 president because I can make positive changes to our school and get our student body more involved. I want to give a quick shout out to my mom, dad, and my brother. I love you guys. And also a quick shout out to my campaign manager, Mikey Romero. Thank you guys.
Thank you for that speech, Mr. Now help me in welcoming up our class candidate, Mr. Yang.
What's going on, Broncos? So, I came here today just trying to miss some class, get some free food. I didn't think I'd be up here on the stage, whatever this is called. I don't know. So, I think my leadership qualifications is 8th grade. I was in web and did some trail guides too. And this year I'm in Lean Crew, helping out the freshmen. And I may be Asian, but I feel like I could drive this school to success.
Hey, sorry about the balloon. We'll now have a short caucus within your table groups. Head delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's votes.
Representing the table of Frosted Flakes, cast their votes in the following manner. Ali 1, Nathan Martinez 2, Nathan Yang 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table, Cocoa Pebbles, cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 0. Nathan Martinez, 4. Nathan Yang, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cast their votes in the following manner. Ali 0, Neymar 3, Nathan Yang 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Kicks cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 0. Nathan Martinez, 1. Nathan Yang, 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Pops cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Neymar, 5. Nathan Yang, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Golden Crisp cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Neymar, 0. Nathan
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 2. Nathan Martinez, 1. Nathan Yang, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cornflakes cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Nathan Martinez, 4. And Nathan Yang, 4.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Wheaties cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Batain, 0. Nathan Martinez, 1. Nathan Yang, 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Raisin Bran have casted their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Nate Marr, 3. Nathan Yang, 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Life cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 1. Nathan Martinez, 3. Nathan Yang, 3.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Crave cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 0. Neymar, 2. Nathan Yang, 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Tricks cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Nathan Martinez, 1. Nathan Yang, 7.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honeycomb cast their votes in the following manner. Nathan Martinez, 3. Nathan Yang, 2. Ali, 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 0. Nate Marr, 3. Nathan Yang, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cookie Crisp cast their vote in the following manner. Ali, 6. Nate Marr, 0. Nathan Yang, 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunch Berries cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Nate Marr, 2. Nathan Yang, 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Oreos cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 2. Nate Marr, 0. Nathan Yang, 6.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Reese's Puffs cast their votes in the following manner. Ali, 0. Nathan Martinez, 4.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their votes in the following manner. Ali Patain, 1. Nate Martinez, 3. Nathan Yang, 15.
Thank you, guys. The two candidates for class of 2021 president are Jenna Daniel and Nathan Yang. Please help me in congratulating them.
At this time, I would like to ask if we have a motion for a 20-minute recess. Do I have a motion to take a 20-minute recess?
Mr. Chairman, I, Greg Lawless, representing the table Raisin Bran and the class of 2022, make a motion to close, take a recess.
May I get a second?
I, Andrea Nuno, representing the table Tricks, second that motion.
All in favor? We will now take a 20-minute recess and reconvene at 11:56.
Paul Walker.
will be starting with our last 3 speeches at 30 seconds, so head back to your seats. I now call back to order 2020 nomination convention at 11:56 a.m. Now let's bring back up our Vice President, Isaiah Haney.
Last but certainly not least, we have our ASB election position. Start off, we have our ASB secretary position. There are 2 candidates running for this position, so we will hear speeches by both candidates. Both candidates will also be asked a question. There will be no roll call. Before we hear from our candidates, the current ASB secretary, Brittany Hadway, will read the duties of the position. Secretary Hadway, please make your way up to the podium.
The duties of the ASB secretary include: must be a member of the senior class during term of office. You will record the minutes of all ASB meetings. Thank you, and good luck to all the candidates.
Thank you, Secretary Hadway. As stated previously, we have 2 candidates, Ms. Amber Hanson and Ms. Johnson. First up is Amber Hanson. Candidate Hanson, please make your way up to the podium.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Amber Hanson, and I am running to help become your 2020-2021 ASB secretary. To me, being a leader means taking initiative to make a difference on campus and to better our school environment. Leadership has always been a passion of mine, a passion which has only grown over time. In middle school, I joined ASB in 6th grade, and I have loved it ever since. Once in high school, I applied to the VMHS ASB program and was humbly accepted. Along with ASB, I am also involved in our cheer and stunt and a member of National Honor Society. I have been one of the freshmen and JV cheer captains, and now am one of the varsity. This has allowed me to bring my passion for leadership. Leadership has opened so many doors for me and allowed me to find my people and to freely express who I am. I want to be able to give back to our leadership program in school. That is why I am running for ASB secretary. I want to make our campus more enjoyable for everyone. As secretary, my main job would be to organize. Being a very responsible person, I believe that this I would help our class. In addition to this, I also want to reach out to the body. By reaching out, we as can make more voices are heard, and we can more. I want to do more for the people on campus who feel as if voices aren't, and to make. I also want to bridge the gaps between all leadership classes. I believe that every one of the leadership programs on our campus are just as important. All deserve the same support. I want to unify all of our programs in order to help unify our campus. A unified, cohesive campus allows for a better environment to get started. I want to make next year full of fun and excitement for everyone. For the future seniors, my goal is to make our last year of high school the best. And for the sophomores, I want to make next year a year you will not. So, I hope you consider giving me your vote for ASB. Make next year the best.
Thank you, candidate Hanson. Now it's time for your question. What experiences or characteristics have qualified?
So the job of secretary is mostly work. And so for me this year, I helped up funds So my job was to pass clubs and fill that out for everyone. So I believe by holding that, I'm qualified. And also, I'm very organized, responsible, and I'm good at time. And so being organized is going to help me have get type and then responsible and fill out the report.
Next, we have Anissa Johnson. Candidate Johnson, please make your way up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anissa Johnson, and I am running for your 2020-2021 ASB Secretary. I have been in leadership for 3 years of my high school experience, being in Senate my freshman and sophomore year, and ASB my junior year, loving every moment of it. With my experience, I am very familiar with the way both classes run, which will help in clear communication between the two. I am not only involved in leadership on campus, but I am also involved in leadership throughout the community with this program called National Charity League. This is a countrywide nonprofit organization that aims to help with philanthropies throughout our chapter's community while teaching proper etiquette and parliamentary procedure to its members. Within the past 4 years that I have been a part of this program, I have held various leadership positions, including my class secretary for 2 years, vice president of philanthropy. I am the current parliamentarian, and I was recently elected to be next year's class president. With my drive, I aim to be better every day and improve myself while encouraging those around me to do so as well. My time management and determination is what has allowed me to get this far in life, being a competitive dancer in rehearsal 23 hours a week, a member of ASB, a member of the varsity dance team here at Vista, maintain a part-time job, be in National Charity League while keeping up a 4.0 with 3 AP classes. The position of ASB secretary is of interest to me because I love organization. I love format and structure, all kept together by a specific format that helps the school system run more efficiently. My theme of Rice Krispies pertains to myself as a leader because this cereal starts out as such a simple snack, but can be made into a wide variety of treats with such rich flavor. I may seem like just an ordinary leader here on campus, but that is not all to me. I bring my skills to the community to improve others around me, not just here at the school, but everyone in my life. I can bring a new aspect to the secretary position because I want to spark productivity throughout the class and not only help with the meeting notes. Therefore, like Rice Krispies do in milk, I am going to pop off in office. Vote Anissa Johnson for ASB Secretary 2020. Thank you.
Now time for question. Johnson, what is something you would change on campus or within your class if you're elected?
Hoping that I do become next year's ASB secretary, I don't want this position to be just about taking notes. I want to be more of an influence on the class and show everyone that you can get far from where you started. Coming into ASB this year, a lot of people had doubts in me and didn't think that I would be able to prove myself as a leader. I proved them wrong. I sprouted in ASB, and I proved to everyone that I was capable of leading a class even if they didn't think I could. So I aspire to inspire others to do the same with their experience. Thank you so much, and vote me for ASB.
Thank you. Two candidates for the position of ASB Secretary have been decided. They are candidate Hanson and Johnson. Please join me in congratulating them on their nomination. Our next position is ASB Vice President. So we'll hear speeches by both candidates. Both candidates will be asked a question. There will be no roll call. But before we continue, as your current ASB Vice President, I'll read. They must be a senior during term of office with at least 1 year of ASB experience. They will preside over ASB in the absence of the ASB President. They'll organize and plan all school elections and the nominating. The two candidates are Mr. Benji Applegate and Mr. Rowland. First up, Benji Applegate. Mr. Applegate, please make your way up to the podium.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Applegate, and I'm running for the ASB Vice President for the year 2020-2021. This position entails not only leadership, but also cooperation with the ASB Cabinet and the rest of the ASB and Senate program. It includes the necessary elements of organization and the ability to bring different groups of people together to show school spirit and dedication to our school events. As a candidate for the ASB Vice President, I have a lot of qualifying experience in leadership programs throughout my life, sports, clubs, planning events, and I understand the purpose and goals of each leadership program, especially the ASB program. Being the ASB Vice President would exemplify my strong work ethic, my ability to build friendships with many different kinds of people, show my enthusiasm about our great school, and my ability to take charge of a situation at a moment's notice. Assisting the ASB President would be an honor and a responsibility I look forward to doing. Don't forget to vote Marshall Morey for ASB President. Make your school year great. Vote Benji Applegate.
Thank you for that speech, candidate Applegate. So your question is, when has there been a time you have demonstrated your leadership skills?
There's been many occasions where I had to, put my leadership skills into work and to carry out a situation and solve problems. One of the situations would be when I was at a robotics competition this year, and our robot just completely stopped working, and we had to rebuild the whole thing in order to make sure that we could carry out the task that it was meant to do, and then it worked. So, thank you.
Thank you. So, next, we have Graham Rowland. Candidate Rowland, please make your way to the podium.
Okay. Hi, how's it going, everybody? How we feeling? Feeling good? All right, yeah, thank you. Okay. Hi, my name is Graham Rowland, and I will be running for ASB Vice President this year. Thank you all for being so patient in this process of electing our future leaders to show us the way for the upcoming school year. Now, if you don't know me, I'm that one theater kid who isn't afraid to embarrass himself for the sake of comedy. I'm also that one guy in the pep rallies that tries their hardest to get the juniors up on their feet. I'm also that one blonde dude who is always too loud when he's hanging out with his buddies. Still unfamiliar with me, but, well, I'm also that kid just trying to do his best for the school. I'm a boy working tirelessly to accommodate his student body with support and fun. I'm a guy trying to make not only leadership culture, but student culture the best it can be. I'm a growing teenager that isn't afraid to go against the grain. I'm a developing human discovering a unique path in hopes of success for the greater community. One thing that is significantly important about me is that I am very transparent. The best thing for me to do up here on stage is to be transparent with all of you. We know Vista Murrieta as a place of traditions. We seek each morning light as a beacon of determination to eat, breathe, and live through our motto of class. Now, don't get me wrong, class is an amazing tradition we celebrate here on campus, but we cannot fail to mention the opportunities that may come to our individual programs on these grounds with a little word called change. I seek for change because it creates a language in which students may not have anguish, but are able to vanquish the troubles in which life puts us through. I seek new beginnings in our culture. I seek the shining light that we once were, but better. I seek for happiness in our students and happiness in all the time that we spend here. But there's been a shift. I know all of you have felt it, and if you haven't, then take a moment to stop and feel. But viewing it further, there has not just been one shift, but many shifts in our school's history. Like heart palpitations, we feel our culture give sudden jerks in our chest. We may skip a beat here and there, but it is up to us to take care of that nervous heart our school withholds. But the thing in that is that the heart of our school lies within all of us. Our actions, our words, our work, our tears, and our laughs. Let us not drive with heart, but to speak with it. I believe that leading our school next year, we must put forth that our traditions and changes coincide with one another. I want each and every one of you to be excited for the future because of the unknown, not because you already know what is programmed to happen. Let's strive to be on our toes and ready for change, than to be flat-footed and inactive. As vice president, I will seek the certain change that is needed. A change in heart and a change in hope. I seek for us to color outside the lines so that maybe we can accept our imperfections for what they are. I seek for not constrictment, but freedom of ideas that cannot be abolished by the power of tradition. As vice president, I will seek for change, and I hope you believe in it as much as I do. Thank you very much.
Mr. Rowland. Now time for your question. What are some new ideas you want to implement on campus or within your class?
Very good question, Isaiah. Thank you. New ideas. So many new ideas. One thing that I really wanted to focus, and I also focused it in my speech, was related to our school culture and not only just the campus as a whole, but the culture that we share in our individual classes. From my personal experience, I remember coming into leadership my freshman year, and I remember the culture, it was like nothing else I had experienced before, and I was really able to get a hands-on experience with all the upperclassmen, and I really just want to create that culture again in our leadership classes and also just, student life, because I feel that us inspiring the younger generations is the most important thing for our school's future.
Thank you, Graham. The two candidates for the position, ASB Vice President, are Benji Applegate and Graham Rowland. Please join me in congratulating the two on their nominations. Okay. The final position of the day is ASB President. There are three candidates running for this position. After all speeches have concluded, we will have a roll call vote. Each candidate will be asked a question following their speech. Before we hear from our candidates, the current ASB President, Ms. Andrea Kaiser, will read the duties of the position. President Kaiser, please make your way to the stage.
Hi again. The Associated Student Body President will be elected by the student body by popular vote. They must be a member of the senior class during the term of office, must have been a member of the VMHS ASB or Senate for a minimum of 2 years before applying for the office of President, must have been a member of VMHS ASB, they must have also been a member of VMHS ASB for at least 1 year, and must be a sitting member of VMHS ASB the year of election. The duties of your ASB president are: you will preside over the ASB class, you will appoint the treasurer of your cabinet, you will prepare the agenda for your ASB class, you will officially represent the school and student body during campus and community functions. Thank you, and good luck to all three candidates.
Thank you, President Kaiser. As stated previously, we have 3 candidates running for this position. The candidates are as follows: Ms. Katie Meeks, Mr. Marshall Morey, and Mr. Arai. First up is Katie Meeks. Candidate Meeks, please make your way up to this.
Hello, fellow delegates. My name is Katie Meeks, and I'm running for your 2020-2021 ASB President. Since my freshman year here at Vista, I've wanted to make a difference in our community and in our campus. Ever since I was a freshman, I have submerged myself in activities and events here at Vista. I have been a part of the ASB all 3 years that I have been in high school. During my freshman year, I was on the volleyball team and I held the position of team captain. My sophomore year, I held the position of sophomore class vice president, and this year I hold the position of junior class president, where I am a head chairman of the prom committee. Along with becoming involved on campus, I have recently applied to be on Castle State Board. I have also been accepted into a volunteer program at Loma Linda University Hospital, where I shadow employees and learn how to help others in hands-on situations. From these accomplishments, it shows that I am a dedicated, passionate leader. I believe that it is important to serve others and to create positive change for our student body here at Vista. As a junior class president, this year has taught me a lot about how important teamwork is, that it is okay to lean on others for help. As leaders, I believe it is important to want to serve others instead of wanting to receive. As leaders, we serve by the quote, "Leadership is action, not position." Serving by this quote gives us the ability to make an impact on people's lives. We have the opportunity to create a wholesome atmosphere for our student body. It has never been about the title for me. It is about the drive and the want to serve others and make an impact on our campus. My plan as president is to unite our leadership groups and make them whole. We have become separated, and I believe it is important to not just unite ASB and Senate, but also BBC, Plus, Link Crew, and all of the other amazing leadership groups on campus. This past week, I have been walking around campus asking students and staff what they would like to see change. Some of the responses I got were a better way to keep our student body updated on ASB events, a more inclusive environment, and more recognition to less popular events on campus. As your ASB president, I can be the change that the student body is asking for. I can create a wholesome and inclusive environment for our student body. This position is something I have worked toward since my freshman year. I have proven myself by exemplifying what it means to be a leader. I am here to serve the student body here at Vista, and I am here to create change while still holding the traditions we all hold dear to ourselves. As you can see, my theme is Honey Nut Cheerios. One of the slogans they use is "Do what's good for the heart," and by allowing me to fulfill this position for ASB president, it would be doing what's good for your heart and your campus. In addition to that, Honey Nut Cheerios has been there since day one, and so have I. I am a compassionate, dedicated leader that can make positive changes on our campus and our community. So make sure to vote Katie Meeks for your ASB president.
Thank you, Katie Meeks. Your question is, what values are most important in a leader?
A few values that are important into leader is dedication, passion, and service. In order to be a great leader, you have to be dedicated and you have to be willing to put in the work and the time to create amazing events and a wholesome campus culture. And you have to be passionate about what you do. You have to be able to put yourself forward and recognize people on our campus. And you have to want to serve our student body and our campus before receiving recognition for something that you have done. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Marshall Morey. Candidate Morey, please make your way up to the podium.
What's up, Broncos? All right, so My name is Marshall Maury, and I'm running for your guys' ASB president next year. And I just want to say, a lot of you that know me, I'm not the loudest speaker in the classroom, and I'm even shocked myself that I'm standing upon you to run for this position, because I just feel like I've come a long way. I could hardly even talk to people within 2 feet. You know, it's like it came to me that my voice just came to me when I was in Senate. I've been in Senate for 2 years, freshman year, sophomore year. And with that family atmosphere that was there, it was just like everybody getting along together just brought the inner voice within many. And that's the whole light of this leadership program, is to help others and to lead others to become in the same position to help more people. It's supposed to be a chain reaction of just helping to make a better, just common society in the world. And now I'm in ASB this year because you guys elected me as your class vice president, and I'm truly honored. So I know the differences between ASB and Senate, and I know how important it is to work within the two groups in unity to provide for the school, just to have great ideas and coming together, agreeing, being friendly to each other, and just bring forth positivity, provide for the whole campus. I have many leadership opportunities outside of school and inside of school. I'm in NHS, CSF, this year's VP, and also out of campus in Temecula, the Assistance League. Last year I was the treasurer. This year I am the vice chair of philanthropic programs, where we help the kids there, just like who are less fortunate. We help them with a successful future. We give them school supplies, we give them clothing, we give them bedding. We just do anything to provide for them, because some people don't have as much opportunities as most of us do. So just seeing that and seeing firsthand, just looking at them and just seeing how grateful they are for the opportunities we provided them, just truly just changes you forever. Just realize how much of a difference one person can make. You can affect so many people, and it's mind-blowing. And then even next year, I will be the chairman of that program. So that'll be great to see how that goes. I can help more kids, I can help more people, and hopefully that'll start a chain reaction to help even more. And hopefully I can bring that here by being your ASB president, and hopefully I can just be the president that you guys all want, bring change, make everybody, at least as most as I can, make everybody happy. You know, I run off the 3 I's: integrity, ingenuity, and inspiration. Both of my parents were police officers. I grew up my whole life to do the right thing, even when nobody's looking. And I just know that, especially the second I is ingenuity. You guys know, some of you, I want to be an engineer. With the homecoming floats, you've seen that I like to incorporate ideas from multiple perspectives, to the point where I even made moving mechanisms to bring life from the Rose Parade. You see Cal Poly's moving things, and it makes everybody happy. Something new, something exciting, something to bring light to new ideas that no one has seen before. And I just feel like that's a very important attribute to have, to bring light to everybody, small groups, anybody, just new ideas to provide for the whole school. And then the third I is going to be inspiration, because as I said earlier, I'm not the loudest person, right? And if I am elected ASB president, I can link with the kids who have not found their voice yet, with incoming freshmen, even sophomores, juniors, and I can get within them and I can help them grow and find their voice, because I was in that same exact situation as before. I can help them grow as a leader. I know what it's like to be in their shoes. And then I feel like we can have a personal link, and I feel like it'll be great. So thank you for considering me, and have a great rest of your day, Broncos.
Thank you for that speech, Mr. Maury. Question time. What are some new ideas you want to implement on campus or within your class?
Some new ideas is just to reach the smaller groups on campus, and just try to, like I said, try to make as many people as I can happy. Like, for example, like the robotics program. small upcoming just started, maybe just providing for those smaller groups to help them grow. So then we have not only a diverse population here, but a diverse opportunities for the kids there to be better off in college and can experience what it's like to be in their profession, so then they can truly be a successful human. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Marshall. Finally, we have Arai Villaseñor. Candidate. Please make your way to the podium.
May 11th, 2018. To many, it was just another average day. However, in my case, it was a pivotal moment in my high school career. That day was the first step of the journey that shaped me into the person I am today, the leader I strive to be every day, and the friend who is standing before you, running to your next day. For those I have not yet created a friendship with, my name is Arai. On May 11th, the Arai who opened up that leadership letter couldn't have fathomed that the program and its opportunities give him the confidence and tenacity to stand before all of us. ASB and leadership as a whole has allowed me to flourish. During my first year of leadership, to tell you honestly, I was not of change, but of the voice I would now be. As a freshman, I was alone. I just moved to a new city, an hour and a half away from town. I had no friends, no family, and could barely navigate a new city, let alone imagining myself having an impact. At my first year of high school, I met new people and gained new experiences. I began to realize that change needed to happen, that someone had to be a voice for the smaller groups, to advocate for those who usually wouldn't get. I knew I had to hold myself to a different standard, not to a title, but to be a liaison for those in the same position I was voiceless. Throughout my time in leadership, I feel that I've done everything in my power to hold myself through action. Because of this, I'm running for your next 2020-2021 ASB on the ideals of unity and inclusivity. If elected, I will achieve this through my persistent dedication. At events, I will always be the first one there and the last one to leave, and I'll overcome any obstacle that is placed before me, create a successful and inclusive event. My actions speak for me when I say this. Although last year I was not given a commission, that did not stop my goal. Without a commission, I decided to work devotedly on making my design and decor the most successful. Through my hard work, I earned the of design and decor at the end of the year. While hard work played a big factor in my growth as a leader, the knowledge and experience I possess that connects those not involved in the program is what sets me apart from others. I know what those who are not involved or recognized want. I'm driven by the need to represent everyone and have nobody feel left. Both my hard work and experience in class paid off when I was awarded the Leader of the Year award, class award at our leadership. Winning these awards meant so much to me because it validated my journey of giving a voice to the voiceless with moving in the right direction. I carried the same desire and passion when I applied. Now, as a part of the Link Crew program, I have learned how to make everyone I encounter feel acknowledged and valued, because every single person on this campus, everyone deserves to be seen, heard, and understood. I would strive to further spread this message across campus if elected. I would do this by talking to all our programs and finding out what they need and how to better represent. I have also served as a leader on both LCAP Student Advisory and Principal Advisory. Having a position in both of these programs allowed me to create a genuine relationship with our administration on both site and in the district office. My experience as a link between students and administration will prove valuable during the monthly board meetings I would attend if elected. Men's volleyball and Latino and our other programs on this campus I'm part of. Within men's volleyball, I previously held a captain position. In Latino Student Union, I currently hold the vice president. I want to emphasize that this is not that the positions alone has brought me this far, but it's the experience and action that has led me to where I am today. By holding these high leadership positions, I have learned how to lead my peers to success, make effective decisions, and recognize the benefit that benefits everyone. I will continue to bring this mentality and demonstrate these skills in today's program next week. If I were to tell the Arai who received that acceptance letter on May 11, 2018, that in 2 years he'll be standing on the stage talking to all of you, he probably wouldn't. But through these past 2 years, I have not only grown and matured as a leader, I have found my purpose. Leadership has been who I am and the fire that drives me every day to be better. If elected, I will fight for unity and inclusivity not only on the 8-day third period ASP class, but every single one of the 180 days of the school year. If I could sit down with freshman Arai, I would tell him it's okay to be scared, but I'm not scared anymore. I'm ready, and I like to think I made him proud and help you will give me the chance to make you proud as your kid. Thank you.
Thank you, Arai, for that speech. So your question is, when has there been a time you have demonstrated your leadership skills?
Okay, so as stated in my speech, I didn't have a commission last year. So I sat down with Mr. Dowden over the planning retreat and asked him why I didn't. And he said it's because I want to see who will take integrity between our team. And that stuck with me throughout the whole year. And I decided I will be the person to take initiative and make the committee work, be it the best it possible. So that's
Thank you, Arai. We will now have a short caucus within your table groups. At delegates, you have 2 minutes. Please begin tallying your table's votes.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Flakes cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 1, Marshall, 1, Arai, 6.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table, Cocoa Pebbles, cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 2, Moshmori, 4, Arai, 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table, Cinematos Crunch cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 0, Marshall Morey, 3, Arai, 5.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Kicks cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 3, Marshall, 4, Arai, 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Pops cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 1, Marshall, 4, Arai, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the Bolton cast the following manner. Katie Meeks, 0, Marshall, 8, Arai, 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Frosted Mini Wheats cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 1, Marshall, 2, Arai, 3.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cornflakes cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 1, Marshall, 6, Arai, 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Wheaties cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 1, Marshall Moore, 2, Arai Villasenor.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Raisin Bran have casted their votes in the following manner. Arai, 3, Marshall, 4, and Katie, 1.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table life cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 3, Marshall, 2, Arai, 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crave cast their votes in the Katie Meeks 1, Marshall Maury.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Tricks cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meek, 0. Marshall Maury, 3. Rye, 3. 2 abstain.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Honeycomb cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meek, 0. Marshall Maury, 4. Arai Villasenor.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Honey Bunches of Oats cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 2. Marshall Maury, 0. Arai Villasenor, 4.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Cookie Crisp cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 2. Marshall, 3. Arai, 2.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Crunch Berries cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 3. Marshall Maury, 4. Arai Villasenor, 0.
Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Oreos cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meek, 1. Marshall, 5. Arai, 2.
Mr. Chairman, delegates representing the table Reese's Puffs cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meek, 0. Marshall Maury, 3. Arai Villasenor, 4.
Mr. Chairman, the candidates cast their votes in the following manner. Katie Meeks, 4. Marshall Maury, 4. Arai, 10. And absent, 1.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't say the right amount of votes. Mr. Chairman, the delegates representing the table Kicks cast their votes in the following manner. Katie, 3. Marshall, 3. Arai, 2.
Thank you, head delegates. After all the votes have been tallied, the two candidates for the position ASB president are Arai Villasenor and Marshall Maury. Please join me in congratulating them on the nominations. All positions have now been filled. Serial, what do you bring to the leadership? Thank you so much for attending and assisting in the high school. Before you leave, keep your delegate passes because they serve as your pass back to class. Remember to vote on Thursday, February 27th, 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. If you guys have not got your lunch yet, make sure you grab some. All nominated candidates, after we adjourn, please come to the stage to film your 20-second spot, BNN, 10-second spot. I would like to thank all the following groups and individuals that committed to making today a success. Mr. Sipe and everyone at BNN for running the live stream for this event, senior leadership students for your assistance, all delegates and table heads, ASB President Andrea Kaiser, and Mrs. Cook. Finally, I would like to give a big congratulations to those who were selected to be on the ASB and respective class ballots. Best of luck to all the candidates. Now, give it up one more time for your Associated Student Body, President Andrea Kaiser.
As your ASB president, I would like to thank my vice president, Isaiah Haney, for his service as ASB vice president. Now, I would like to adjourn the nomination convention serial, What Do You Bring to the Leadership Table, at, got a time? At 12:40 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn this convention?
I, Cameron Finch, representing table Cinnamon Toast Crunch, motion to close the nomination convention.
Do I have a second?
I, Catherine Trung, representing the table of Oreos, second that motion.
The motion to adjourn has been heard and seconded. By the power vested in me as ASB president, I hereby adjourn the 2020 nomination convention at 12:40 p.m. You are now dismissed. Thank you and goodbye. And remember to vote for most creative high school in the nation. And one last announcement, once again, if your candidates stay here, and if you are in ASB or Senate and would like to help clean up, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys.